The Marvel Multiverse has introduced us to many variations of the same characters, and Spider-Man is definitely one of the more famous superheroes out there. He's also gone through many changes and even appeared in numerous different forms, and one such form is Spider-Man 2099, who comes from a dystopian future. Spider-Man 2099 has his own weaknesses and strengths, and he is also known as Miguel O'Hara. Today, we'll explore the unique features of this particular version of Spider-Man, who is known for his interest in genetics and his ability to alter his own DNA. We will also explore his physiological features and tell you more about Spider-Man 2099. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. How did Miguel O'Hara turn into Spider-Man 2099? Miguel O'Hara was initially an engineer who worked for the corporation known as Alchemax. While Miguel was not happy with Alchemax's influence over the city, he was one of their genius employees who was exceptionally skilled in the field of genetics. Tyler Stone once asked him to experiment with genetic codes and imprint them into human physiology. Miguel reluctantly carried this task out on a person named Mr. Sims. However, this project was a failure, and it resulted in Mr. Sims' death. Miguel then decided to resign, and he even approached Tyler Stone, who offered him a drink. Miguel drank the contents of the glass, unaware of the fact that it was filled with an addictive hallucinogenic drug named Rapture that would bind itself to his DNA. Stone's company was the only producer of this powerful drug, and he had hoped that Miguel would now be compelled to stay in the company after being exposed to it. However, Miguel was determined to get rid of the effects of the hallucinogen, and he even tried the genetic code procedure on himself. Miguel's supervisor intended to kill him during the procedure and then write it off as an accident, and he even tried to sabotage the process. While the supervisor failed to kill Miguel, Miguel's DNA was spliced with a spider's genes, which led him to gain some interesting new powers. While this process helped Miguel lose his addiction to the hallucinogenic drug, his new features essentially made him the Spider-Man of this dystopian future. What separates Spider-Man 2099 from the original Spider-Man in terms of web shooting abilities? Spider-Man 2099 has the unique ability to produce organic webbing, and his forearms have inbuilt spinnerets that allow him to spin his own web. These spinnerets produce sticky web-like substances that are essentially the same as the silk produced by a spider. Miguel gains these spinnerets after his mutation, and he is actually quite disgusted by their strange appearance at first. However, he soon realizes that they are pretty valuable, and he then starts weaponizing them. This webbing is very strong, and he can use it to swing from one place to another, or even trap someone by spinning a web around them. These webbings are produced in a gland on his forearm, and he can shoot them from the back of his hands. On the other hand, Peter Parker has to develop his own set of web shooters. Miguel also never runs out of organic webbing as long as he maintains his body and remains healthy, while the same cannot be said for the original Spider-Man's artificial shooters. However, Spider-Man 2099 cannot produce specialized webbings like Peter Parker, who's developed ice, fire, and even electric web cartridges. Does Spider-Man 2099 have talons and fangs? Spider-Man 2099 possesses sharp, elongated fangs in the place of teeth, and these retractable fangs secrete a spider-like venom. Since he shares his DNA with a spider, these fangs produce a paralytic agent in the form of a non-toxic venom. While this venom is non-toxic, it will still make someone go limp and motionless. He also has sharp retractable talons at the tip of his fingers as well as his toes. He can dig into surfaces with the help of these talons and even tear through sharp material. He can use these talons as weapons, as he can claw at someone's face or even dig into their skin and injure them. His talons are so sharp that Spider-Man 2099 has to use a specialized suit that is made with a durable fabric that will not tear due to these talons. How do his night vision and telescopic vision work? Miguel O'Hara has enhanced vision, and he can perceive objects that are far away from him with ease. He can see things that go beyond the scope of human vision, and he can even see into the electromagnetic spectrum and spot infrared activities such as a human's body heat. He also has night vision that enables him to see clearly during the nighttime, and he is actually a little sensitive to light during the daytime. His flicker fusion horizon is also superior to most humans, which essentially means that he can clearly clearly perceive things that are moving at a fast pace. In simple words, he can sense any flickering or fast-moving objects clearly, while most humans would end up seeing such things as a blur. This even helps him spot any attack or weapon that is coming his way, and his sharp vision essentially saves his life by warning him of such attacks. His eyes can also perceive energy waves alongside heat signatures from humans. After his mutation, Miguel's eyes have become photosensitive, and he wears sunglasses during the daytime to shield them from the light. While he gets accustomed to this hypersensitivity after a while, the glasses become a part of his new identity, and he continues to wear them even when he doesn't have much use for them. What is the secret behind his incredible stamina? Spider-Man 2099 is also blessed with superhuman stamina that allows him to keep going for extended periods of time without suffering from exhaustion. This is only possible because his advanced body creates less amounts of fatigue toxins as compared to humans. He can fight for endless hours or even just move around for many hours before the exhaustion sets in, and this is because his advanced musculature takes a long time to finally produce fatigue toxin. Additionally, his body produces very few toxins that only make him a little tired even after several hours. In this manner, he has incredible stamina, and he can go on for a large number of hours before it takes a toll on his body. How strong is Spider-Man 2099 if we consider brute physical strength? Spider-Man 2099 is incredibly strong, and his superhuman strength actually matches the strength of a spider. At the peak of his physique, he can easily lift 10 to 15 tons, and he also has no trouble defending himself in fights. Miguel's strength helps him leap over great distances, and he can even leap as far as 30 feet in one jump.
Bragging about your fancy wings. Let's see you land without
Does Spider-Man 2099 have telepathic powers? Spider-Man 2099 also has telepathic powers that enable him to talk to others on a telepathic level. While the extent of his ability to perform telepathy is unknown, he hardly has trouble communicating with others and finds it easy to know what they want without verbally talking to them. In a way, his telepathic powers are just a form of Spidey sense powers that have taken a different form and enabled him to sense others' thoughts. Can Spider-Man 2099 glide and fly around? Spider-Man 2099 does have the ability to glide and fly around for long distances with the help of his specialized suit. This is a unique feature that sets him apart from other Spider-Man counterparts, but Spider-Man 2099 certainly needs this power, especially in the dystopian future of 2099. This place has many skyscrapers that are far away from one another, and it is impossible for Spider-Man to just swing from one building to another with the help of his webs. He needs the ability to glide around them, and his advanced suit allows him to do so. How durable and hardy is Spider-Man 2099? Spider-Man 2099's body is also highly durable and resistant to most forms of injuries that would have seriously injured a human. While he is not entirely invulnerable, he can withstand most attacks and punches without getting hurt. He can also survive long falls or physical attacks by a superhuman opponent, and his durability is certainly no joke. He has survived many situations that would have resulted in the death of an ordinary human being, and he once even fell from a building and then walked into a hospital with broken ribs and fractures. While the doctors were surprised that he could even stand after suffering so much damage, Spider-Man 2099 had no trouble walking to the hospital on his own. Exploring the secret behind his slow aging and incredible regenerative abilities. Miguel has also genetically boosted his metabolism, which directly helps him gain an accelerated healing factor that regenerates his body tissues in case of damage. While his healing factor isn't as powerful as Wolverine or Deadpool, he can still repair damaged tissue at a fast rate, and he certainly heals faster than most versions of Spider-Man. He can quickly heal from slashes or puncture wounds in a matter of minutes, and he is also quite resistant to toxins or diseases. Due to his genetically enhanced metabolism, Miguel also grows old at a slower pace as his healthy body tissues regenerate quickly and keep him younger for longer. His regenerative abilities are not powerful enough to grow an entire limb or organ, but they are undoubtedly useful features that prove to be of help during fight. What are some of the potential weaknesses of Spider-Man 2099? How to take him down? Spider-Man 2099 does not possess the Spidey sense that helps Peter Parker in sensing danger around him, which comes as a disadvantage to Miguel during fights. A lack of Spidey sense makes Miguel more vulnerable to attacks that come out of nowhere, and he also faces trouble if his spinnerets are blocked by someone stronger. In that case, he would be unable to spin webs, and it would be pretty easy to defeat him. Miguel also suffers from visual photosensitivity, which makes it difficult for him to see in the light. In order to counter this, Miguel typically wears sunglasses to hide his mutation and cover up the red tint in his eyes. However, he can be easily defeated if someone breaks or gets rid of his sunglasses, as he will be unable to put up a good fight in the light. Miguel also has to concentrate on his talons in order to ensure that they are retracted within his fingertips, and a loss of focus will cause him to lose control over them. In this manner, he can be defeated if his opponents distract him or take him by surprise while he's trying to concentrate. Is Spider-Man 2099 romantically inclined? Just like every other Spider-Man in the multiverse, Spider-Man 2099 also has a couple of romantic interests. In this case, Xena Kwan and Dana D'Angelo. Over a period of time, Spider-Man 2099 dates and then breaks up with both of them, and both Dana and Xena are jealous of each other. Eventually, Dana saves Xena's life during a fight against Venom 2099 at the cost of sacrificing her own life. Spider-Man 2099 does have a lot of history with both Dana and Xena, but he later even dates Tempest when he ends up in the present era of Earth 616 after being displaced across time. He soon becomes good friends with Tempest, who endearingly calls him Miggy, and they even get into a relationship. Does he require a special suit in order to function properly? He does have a special suit that is actually a costume created for the Day of the Dead celebration, and Miguel later fashions it into a special suit. This suit is made from unstable molecules, a synthetic material that is quite resistant to damage or extreme temperatures. Due to the material used, this suit is the only piece of clothing he owns that will not tear due to his sharp claws. It also has a light airfoil fitted on the back that allows Spider-Man 2099 to glide on air currents by emitting small quantities of concentrated anti-gravity particles. This light airfoil is actually a piece of glider cloth that he has gotten from a Thor worshipper, and this attachment also acts as a superhero cape. Eventually, Peter Parker upgrades Miguel's special suit by creating a high-tech version of it at Parker Industries. Conclusion. To sum it up, Spider-Man 2099 is certainly an intriguing version of the classic superhero, and he has a unique personality and features. From the ability to secrete venom from his fangs to having organic webbing, Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man 2099 has some unique physiological features that make him one of the most interesting Spider-Men in the entire multiverse. That's it for now, but if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.